Hello children, welcome to our today's session. Today we are going to see Social and Political Life Part 1, Lesson number 8, Rural Livelihood. So what do you mean by rural livelihood? Rural livelihood means the living of the people in the rural areas or in the villages. So children, in this lesson we are going to see the life of people in the villages. What are the occupations they do? Like apart from agriculture, okay, what other works, what other activity do they do? Do they perform? Again we are going to see the ways in which they earn their livelihood. Again we are going to see the problems they face and the similarities of their living situations in a village and whether they do have equal opportunities to earn the living or not. So I welcome you again for this lesson number 8, Rural Livelihood of Social and Political Life. So open the textbook children, lesson number 8. We are going to read the lesson. So here this is a picture, okay. Here in this picture it shows, it is a picture of a village, right. It shows the different types of activities or the work performed by the people of the village, okay. So as I have told you, Kalapattu village, it is situated in near the sea coast of Tamil Nadu. So people here do many kinds of work as in other villages. Here too there is a non-farm work such as making baskets, utensils, pots, bricks, bullock carts. So children, as we know, in whenever we visit a village, okay, so there the main occupation of the people of village is agriculture, okay. Major of the work done by the people is agriculture, but apart from farming or apart from agriculture, there are other non-farming activities also, which include like making baskets, utensils, pots, bullock carts, etc. Yeah. So there are people who provide, then again we can see the people who provide the services such as blacksmiths, nurses, teachers, washermen, weavers, barbers, cycle repair mechanics and so on. So means this is a scene of Kalapattu village where we can find all these activities, okay. Like apart from farming, we can see non-farming activities like making baskets, utensils. Then again we can see the people who provide the services of like nurses, blacksmiths, washermen, then cycle repair mechanics and so on. There are also some shopkeepers and traders in this village. In the main street, which looks like a bazaar, you will find a variety of small shops, okay, such as tea shops, grocery shops, barber shops, a cloth shop, a tailor, 2 fertilizer and seed shops. There are 4 tea shops which sell tiffin such as idli, dosai and upma in the morning and snacks like vadai, bonda and Mysore pak in the evening. So these are the activities which are performed by the people of Kalapattu village. Then near the tea shop in a corner lives a blacksmith family whose home serves as their workshop. Next to their home is a cycle hire and repair shop. So 2 families earn a living by washing the clothes. There are some people who go to the nearby town to work as the construction workers and lorry drivers. Means here apart from agriculture, there are some other activities like the people do other works also, okay. They have the workshops in their house only. They have the cycle repair shop next to their home. Then some families earn their living by washing the clothes, and some of the families they go to work in the nearby villages for the construction work or they may be a lorry drivers. The village is surrounded by low hills. Paddy, it is the main crop that is grown in irrigated lands. Most of the families earn a living through agriculture. So here in this village, paddy is the main crop, okay, it is a major crop. Then and most of the villagers, most of the families, they earn their living by doing agriculture. There are some coconut groves around. Cotton, sugarcane and plantain are also grown here, and there are mango orchards. Now let us meet some, okay, this is the description of the village they have which they have given you. Means there are coconut groves, there are cotton, sugarcane and sugarcane and plantain are grown here. So now we are going to meet some of the people of this village. Okay, we are going to meet some of the farmers. We are going to see about the life, okay, their life, how they earn, what work they do. So here one of the see what we can learn about farming from them. So now we are going to meet a lady called as Tulasi. Okay, so all of us here work on Ramalingan's land. So what she is saying now, Tulasi, she is a farmer, and what she is saying, all of us here, means most of the people in this village, they work on the Ramalingam's land. So here who is Ramalingam? Ramalingam is a big land owner. Okay, he is a rich and big land owner, and many farmers are working on his land. How much acre of land he is having? He is having 20 acres of paddy fields in Kalapattu. So even before I was married, I used to work on paddy fields in my parental village. I work from 8:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening, and Karutamma, Ramalingam's wife, supervises us. So what's Tulasi is saying? Even when she was small, okay, she used to work in the field, same field, not in the means when she was small, she used to work on the paddy fields in her parental village, means where her parents stay, where she was born. So there also she used to work, and she used to work from 8:30 morning till 4:30 in the evening. And now here Ramalingam's wife, here in this village, Ramalingam's wife, she supervises them to how to do the work. Now what she is saying, just we will read, children. This is one of the few times in the year that I find regular work. What does it mean? It means that they are not having the work throughout the year. Okay, only few months, that means sometime they have the work, not throughout the year. Now I am transplanting the paddy. When the plants have grown a bit, Ramalingam will call us again for weeding, and then finally once again for the harvesting. So what do you mean by transplanting, children? Transplanting means, here, okay, you can see this picture. Farmers, they prepare the nursery where paddy seeds are first sown and they are raised into young plants. Means transplanting means, here the farmers, what do? They first prepare a nursery. They prepare the nursery means where the plants, small plants are grown, okay, where the paddy seeds are first sown, means in this nursery first they sow the paddy seeds and then they are raised into young plants. Okay, so first they sow the young seeds, first they sow the paddy seeds and they raise them into young plants, and then these seedlings or young plants are then uprooted and replanted in the main field, okay, for 20 to 25 days. So this is a picture where they have already grown, okay, they have sown the seeds of this paddy, they have sown the paddy seeds, and these seeds have grown into a young plant. Okay, now what are they doing? Now they are removing these young plants. Okay, see, you can see this picture. Okay, so they are removing this young plant and then they will transplant, means they will place these plants in the main land or in the main field. So this is called as transplanting. Okay, so this is one of the few times that I get regular work. Now I am transplanting the paddy when the plants have grown a bit. Now Ramalingam will call us again for weeding and then finally once again for harvesting. So, what do you mean by weeding, children? Weeding means when the plants grow, okay, when the paddy plants grow, that time even the unwanted plants also grow with them. So, this weeding means removing the unwanted plants from the ground field, from the main field. Okay. So, what she is saying? She is saying that when the plants have grown, that time Ramalingam will call us to remove the unwanted plants from the field, and then finally once again for the harvesting. Then again once again he will call us at the time of harvesting. Okay. Harvesting means cutting the plants when they have grown up, that time we cut the plants. Okay. So, harvesting means cutting. So, she is telling first we have to go for transplanting the paddy, then we have to go for weeding, and again we have to go for harvesting. Now, what she is saying, when I was young, I could do this work with no difficulty, but now as I have grown older, I find bending for long hours with my feet in water very painful. Ramalingam, he pays us 40 rupees per day. So, this is a little less than what labourers get in my home village, but I come here because I can depend on him to call me whenever there is work. Unlike others, he does not go looking for cheaper labour from other villages. So, what she is saying now? She is telling that when I was small, I was not finding difficulty in doing this work, transplanting work. But now as I have grown, see children, they have to bend like this, okay. For long time they have to bend like this and they have to remove the young plants. So, this take lot of time, and even the back, okay, the back and the legs, they get pain. So, she is saying now as I have grown older, I feel difficult to do this work. Again what she is saying, how much she is paid? She is paid 40 rupees per day, which was less than what she used to get in her home village. But still, why she comes here to work? Because she knows that she will get some work. Okay, Ramalingam will definitely call her for the work whenever there is work. Unlike others, he does not go looking for cheaper labour from other villages. Now, what next one? My husband Raman is also a labourer. We don't own any land. During this time of the year, he sprays pesticides. So, now she is describing about the work of her husband called Raman. So, what she is saying? Raman, what she is saying, that we don't have our own land, we work on the land of others. So, at this time what my husband do? My husband, he sprays the pesticides. Again, when there is no work on the farm, he finds work outside, either loading sand from the river or stone from the quarry nearby. So, this is sent by the truck to be used in nearby towns to make houses. So, what she is saying? She is saying that her husband, he does the work, at this time he does the work of pesticides, and afterwards when there is no work, then he goes to work, he goes outside, okay, to find the work somewhere, like loading the sand from the river or stone from the nearby areas, and then this sand, it is sent by the truck to be used in the nearby towns or to make houses. Apart from working on the land, I do all the tasks at home. Now, what she is saying? Apart from working on the land, I do other works also at home. Now, what work she does at home? She does the cooking of the family, cleaning the house, washing the clothes. Then I go with other women to bring the firewood. Okay. About 1 kilometer away, we have a village borewell from where I have to fetch the water. My husband helps in getting materials such as groceries for the house. So, Apart from farming, she does other works like bringing the firewood from the forest, again going to fetch water from the borewell, for which she has to walk 1 kilometer distance. Okay. Our school going daughters are the joy of our lives. Last year, one of them fell ill and had to be taken to the hospital in the town. We had to sell our cow to pay back the money we borrowed from Ramalingam for her treatment. So, children, they are not having any extra money, means they are not having any savings, okay. They are poor. Now, what she is saying, that last year one of her daughters, she fell ill, and then what they have to do? They have to sell their cow to pay back the money to Ramalingam from which they have borrowed. Here it is a diagram, okay. So, see children, means more they have the work, they do not have the work for the whole year, okay. Only from June month to near about December they have the work in the farm. Like for example, like near June to July, they what do? They prepare the saplings, okay, small plants they prepare. Then afterwards July to August they transplant these small saplings, small plants to the main field. Then from August to September, October, they do the process of weeding. Weeding means removing the unwanted plants from the main field. Then from October to December they do the harvesting, means here the crops are ready, then they have to cut the crops. So, from the month of June to December they have the work in the fields, so they are employed. But what about after December? After December they do not have any work. So, during this time they go to other villages or they do some other activities. As you saw in Tulsi's story, poor families in rural areas often spend a lot of time every day collecting firewood, getting water and grazing their cattle. Even though they do not earn any money from these activities, they have to do them for the household. Means apart from farming they do many other activities, but for which they do not get any money. The family needs to spend time doing this as they are not able to survive on the little money they earn. Nearly 2/5 of the rural families are agricultural laborers in our country, and there are some who have small plots of land while others like Tulsi are landless. So, not being able to earn money throughout the year forces the people in many areas to travel long distance in search of work. This travel or migration takes place during particular seasons. So, in our country children, most of nearly 2/5 of the families are farmers, okay, they are agricultural laborers and they do not have their own land. They work on the, or either they have small plots to work or they work on the fields of others. So, and at the time when they do not have any work, that time they travel to other cities for the work. Now, this was the case of Tulsi. Now, we will see the case of Shekhar. Okay. Shekhar, what he is saying, see, we have to carry this paddy to our house. Now, the paddy is harvested, okay, it has been cut. So, what he is saying, we have to carry this paddy to our house. My family has just finished harvesting our field. Means Shekhar, he is having a small plot of land. Now, what he is saying, my family has just finished the harvesting our field, means the cutting of the plants have been done. Now, after this they do not have any work. So, we do not own much land, we have only 2 acres. We managed to do all the work on our own. At times, especially during the harvest, I take the help of other small farmers and in turn help them harvest their field. So, what he is saying, we are having small plots and we only work on our own farm, and during harvesting I take the help of the farmers, and when their turn comes, that time I go to help them for harvesting. The traders gave me seeds and fertilizers as a loan. Okay. Now for his farm he needs seeds, children, right. So what he did, he took a loan from the traders. To pay back this loan, I have to sell my paddy to him at somewhat lower price than what I would get in the market. So as he took the loan from a particular trader, then what was the decision made that time? It was the trader, what he said, the trader, he told the shaker that after harvesting he has to sell the paddy to him only. Okay. So shaker, as he took loan from that trader, then he has to sell his paddy to that particular trader, and that too in a lower price than what it was in the market. He has sent his agent to remind the farmers who have taken loans that they will sell the paddy only to him. I will probably get 60 bags of paddy from my field. Some of these I will sell to settle the loan. The rest will be used in my home. But whatever I will, so I need to earn some money, but whatever I have will last only 8 months. So I need to earn some money. I work in Ramalingam's rice mill. Here I help him collect paddy from farmers in the neighboring villages. So he is saying that probably from this paddy he will get 60 bags of paddy, okay, and which will be and some of this I will sell to settle the loan. So out of the 60 bags of paddy, some of that paddy bags he will sell to the trader and to settle his loan, and the rest will be used at home. So but whatever I will have will last only for 8 months. So what he is saying, whatever paddy is left with him, it will go only for 8 months. So for the rest of the months he has to earn something, okay. So what he is saying, then I will go to work on Ramalingam's rice mill. Then here I will help him collecting the paddy from other farmers in the neighboring villages. We also have a hybrid cow whose milk we sell in the local milk cooperative. This way we get a little extra money for everyday needs, means he is having a small plot of land plus he is also having a cow, okay, through which he can earn his livelihood. Now next topic is on being in debt. So what do you mean by debt, children? Debt means curse, what we call it in Hindi, okay. When we are not having any money to repay, we are taking the loan or we are taking money from someone and we are not having to pay it, that time it is called as debt. As you have read above about the farmers like Shaker needs to borrow money to purchase the things like seeds, fertilizers. Often they borrow this money from the money lender. So these farmers, okay, small farmers, they have to purchase the seeds, pesticides. So they take a loan from the big money lenders, and if the seeds are not of good quality, then what will happen? Then they will be attacked by the pest, okay, and their crop will fail. And suppose if the crops are failed, then what will happen, children? If the crops can also be rained in the monsoon, does not bring enough rain, means even if the rain, if the sufficient rain is not there, then the crops will not grow. So when this happens, farmers sometimes are unable to pay back their loans, and for the family to survive, then they even have to borrow more and more money. Soon the loan becomes so large that no matter what they earn, they are unable to repay it. So this is when we can say they are caught in debt. In recent years, this has become a major cause of distress among the farmers, and due to which they are committing the suicides. Now we will see Ramalingam and Karutamma, okay. Ramalingam, in addition to the land, okay, Ramalingam is a big land owner, okay. So in addition to his land, he is having his own rice mill, okay, and a shop selling the seeds and pesticides, means he is having rice mill also and he is having a shop for selling the pesticides. For the rice mill, they, what do they do for the rice mill? They use some of their own money and they borrow from the government bank. Starting a rice mill is not a small thing, children, it requires lot of money. So, some they manage and some money they take as a loan from the banks. They buy paddy from within the village and from the villages, from the surrounding villages. The rice that is produced in the mill is sold to the traders in the nearby towns, and this gives them a substantial income. So, whatever rice is produced, that they sell in the nearby towns where they get good amount of money. Now, next is agricultural laborers and farmers in India. So, farming children, okay, in Kalapattu village there are agricultural laborers like Tulsi, and there are many small farmers like Shekhar and few big farmers like Ramalingam. Okay, means in this village there are small farmers, there are big farmers, and there are also farmers who do not have any land. In India, this is the case in India, there were near about 2 out of every 5 families are agricultural laborer families. Okay, all of them depend on the work they do on other people's field to earn their livelihood, and many of them are landless and others may own a very small plot of land. In case of small farmers like Shekhar, their land is barely enough to meet their needs. So, in India 80% of farmers belong to this group. This group means where they are having small land, okay, very small land which is enough to meet their daily needs. In India 80% of farmers belong to this group. Then 20% are like Ramalingam, means most of the farmers in India are poor only, they are not having much of their earnings. These large farmers, what do? These large farmers cultivate most of the land in the villages. Then a large part of their produce is sold in the market, and many of them have started their own business such as shops, money lending, trading and small factories. So, these large big landowners, apart from their field, they also have they also do other activities or business such as shops they have, then they lend the money, okay, for on loan, then they do the business, they are the traders, and they also have small factories. We have looked at farming in Kalapattu. Apart from farming, many people in rural areas depend upon collection from the forest, animal husbandry, dairy produce, fishing, etc. Okay, means apart from farming, the people they also depend on, what do? They depend upon the collection from the forest. Then animal, they do the work of dairy means selling the milk, fishing. Okay. We have looked at farming in Kalapattu. Apart from farming, there are many, this we have done. In central India, both farming and collection from the forest are important source of livelihood. Now, similarly, selling milk to the village, cooperatives, society or taking milk to the nearby town may be the main source of livelihood for some families. Okay. Then in the coastal areas we find fishing, there are people who do fishings also. Now we will see Aruna and Parivelan. Not very far from Kalapattu, it is the village of Pudupet. People, they earn their living by fishing, then their houses are close to the sea and one finds rows of catamarans and nets lying around. At about 7 o'clock in the morning, they do this activity on the beach. Then here the auctions are done, the money I get, okay, here it is a story of my husband Parivelam. My brother and my brother-in-law came in late today. I was very much worried. Now it is a story, okay, of this Aruna and Parivelan. What she is saying, that they do the fishing of auction, means they sell the fish in a large amount, okay, then the money I get from the auction will be divided into 4 shares. Then each person will get one each for each person who went for fishing, and the fourth one is for the equipment. So, since we own the catamaran, engine and nets, we get that share too. We have taken a loan from a bank and purchased an engine which is fixed on the catamaran. Okay. So, children, we will continue this lesson in the next session. Okay. Till then, I will conclude my lesson. I conclude this session. We will meet you in the next session. See you. Bye. Thank you.